I'm up and down and round about. If it's country music you're talking about, chat with me and I'll hear you out on JPF Country Australia. People came from Wooden Bong, people came from Bottle Creek, people came from everywhere that week to shake hands with the Sheik. They rode throughout the Narrabeen like a cyclone going round, and we all remember fondly when Chad Morgan came to town. He's the Sheik from Scrubby Creek, and he don't care. All right, we're now in the lift ready to go up to Chad Morgan's show, and we've got a lot of fans here. And what do you think of Chad Morgan, guys?
Wonderful.
Yeah. We see him all the time, you know. Yeah. For his age that he's got there, it's fantastic. He's going to be unreal.
He's a good bloke. Well, thanks, guys. Right, well, we're back here with some other fans, and we're going to talk to them about what Chad Morgan means to them.
My name's June, and I come from the Sunshine Coast in Queensland.
Wow, all the way from the Sunshine Coast to come and see Chad's farewell to Australia.
Yes, yeah.
Well, what does Chad Morgan mean to you?
Oh, look, I've listened to a lot of his songs over the year, and I've seen him perform many times down at Tamworth. Yeah, I've just enjoyed his singing.
What does Chad Morgan mean to you?
Basically all the same. We heard him when I was working out west there. He's on the wireless out there. There was no TV at that time. We seen him down at Tamworth a few times, and so yeah, we thought, well, we'll go and see him through the last time.
We love Chad.
G'day, we're here in the front row to talk to a fan of Chad's who's been a fan for so many years. What's your name?
Mel.
Tell us all about your experience with Chad and what Chad means to you.
I've been brought up listening to Chad. My grandmother used to play his songs as lullabies as a child for me. Absolutely love him.
Fantastic. Well, enjoy the show.
Thank you.
When we go bass.
This superstar band on stage we have aptly named the Duckin' Willow Studs. Pretty limp, I guess, but it's okay. He's here, and he thanks you for being here. Hello, my name is Nick Irvin, and I used to do this for a living. Today, I've got to tell you that I'm now retired and old, so I've got to read this rather than remember it all, but it's worth noting the things that I'm going to say to you because it's important. Today, we're here to salute one of the great characters of Australian entertainment as he retires from a stellar career of over 70 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Morgan. In 2022, Chad celebrated the 70th anniversary of his discovery on the renowned talent show, Australia's Amateur Hour. and the release of his first record, The Sheik of Scrubby Creek. That became his signature tune. Think about this. If he has sung that incredibly poignant, sentimental ballad just 100 times every year since, he's performed the bloody thing over 7,000 times.
Hell yeah!
Terry Gordon.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you all back here again. I sure hope you understand how much it means to me to call you friend. Can't think of anything I'd rather be, or anything I would rather do. From standing here with my guitar, with my mates and singing songs to you. 35, $35, a little bit of 40, $40 bill. $40 bitty down, 45 billy, give me 45, $45, I sold that horse for a $45 bill. Thank you, back, enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Good old game.
There's a story that he used to be a policeman, and he very smartly got himself on duty at the Ekka in Brisbane. And apparently, for 3 days he was missing. And on the third day, his sergeant followed him and found him in Frankie Foster's tent looking at the Chad Morgan show. That's a true story, actually. Even though I heard it from another source, he confirmed it. Not that he's a liar or anything. One of the sweetest voices you could ever hear, and one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet. Ladies and gentlemen, John McSweeney.
This song's for Chad. I'm used to living by myself, always on the road, making light of other people's woe. I don't need to take much more than just a song or two. Even a smile can lighten up the load. I'm just a song and dance man, going from town to town, playing night shows at country rodeo. I'm just a song and dance man, living on a smile. I'll share your laughter anywhere I go. I don't care too much to see, I ain't seen when I call home. The only dust they've got is just plain dirt. And no one takes you in, let's say once you off the streets. I get the feeling some folks feel a smile on my dirt. I'm just a song and dance man, going from town to town, singing one-night shows and country rodeo. I'm just a song and dance man, living on a smile. I'll share your laughter anywhere I go.
This is the book. Anna Rose has bought 35 boxes with it today, so there's one for everybody. They'll be available up the back if you would like to get one of these books. Interestingly, in the book, it tells the story of the family and the fact that Chad is one of 17 children. And standing here in 2024, looking back, a few of them went on to do some things in the entertainment business. And one of them made one of my very favourite records, and I'm going to put him right in because he's not going to do it today. He wrote and sang a song about Henry Lawson, which I think just nailed it. It was called The Man on the $10 Note. And it was one of my very favourite, and I've got thousands of favourite songs you'd appreciate. But this was just one of them. But this bloke is the youngest of the Morgan family. And he sings wonderfully. And he's going to sing for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Dennis Morgan.
Coffee black, cigarette. Start this day like all the rest.
First thing every morning that I do is start missing you. Some broken hearts never mend, some memories never end, some tears will never dry. My love for you will never die. Play that thing. Rendezvous in the night, a little woman to hold you tight. But in the middle of love's embrace, I see your face. Some broken hearts never mend, some memories never end, some tears will never dry. My love for you will never die. Think of what else? I always see your face before me. Your smile is heaven's work of art. But now you're smiling at another, and there's pins and needles in my heart. There might be thin and grey, still his eyesight's pretty keen. He'll use his sticks to walk in. The blue eyes sparkle when he's talking. A generous man with a heart of gold, a story to be told. If you think he's getting on in years, don't tell him he's getting old. Man in a rainbow suit, made his head in a trademark ring. When he takes the stage, he owns it like no other can. Women flock around him, and the men line up to pay respect and shake the hand of the man in the rainbow suit. The sunrise spills a golden flood of sunlight out across old Napa Mary, filters through the channels and spreads upon the hard and giver country. Grey streaks of dawn have vanquished his work-weary souls along the way from dreaming. So it's good for my band to ride away, out to face another day, proud of bush traditions in the keeping. I'm a channel country ringer, ride a bladder green high sweat, ride in the saddle all day long. That bullets wear a mustard from the yards, they'll soon be tried. Oh, I long the life, though days are hard and long.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lindsay Waddington leads this wonderful band called the Duckerville Estates, and they're going to sing us a song.
town looks the same as I step down from a train. And then in the evening was my mama and my papa. Down the road I look, and there runs Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they all come to see me, Aunt Teresa, smiling sweetly. It's so good to touch the green, green grass of home. The old house is still standing, though the paint is cracked and dry. Well, there's that old oak tree that I used to play on. Down the road I walk with my sweet Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home.
It's great to be here because in 1952 I was 10-year-old and I was sitting by the old dairy farm radio where we had on the Northern Rivers, and this bloke come on and started singing, and we were absolutely and utterly amazed. The first time I'd ever heard Chad Morgan sing, and here I am 70 years later on this stage, so it gives me a lot of pride. But I'm going to do a poem about the Chad Morgan done a bit of cane cutting in his hometown's Childers. And of course, without doubt, my old man cut cane on the Richmond River before he went away to the Second World War, and when he came home he went back cutting again. But it was absolutely brutal work. And if you can imagine the cane from Grafton to the top of Australia, it all had to be cut by hand in those early days. Thousands of acres of cane. And what they used to do was work in gangs of 8 or 7. And when they were behind in the tonnage, they'd race to get the tonnage. And they had a ganger. The ganger would always organise how much money a tonne they were getting paid. And so this is a story I wrote, I never wrote it for my old man. I wrote it to dedicate it to all the cane cutters that ever was in Australia, and we'll never see them again. As the rain clouds cleared from the northern rivers, a cane ganger says to his men, "This week, boys, we're behind with the tonnage, and that's something I intend to stem. For we are the top gang on the rivers, and with that goes a lot of pride and face. So sharpen up your cane knives, me boys, for today we intend to race." And as the 8 young cane cutters sat around the breakfast table, drinking their last pot of brew, each one knew that today's work was gonna be brutal, though brutal work was the only work those young cane cutters ever knew.
I'm counting on you.
Ever since we met, darling, I've been feeling so cold.
Every day I count your charms, every day I love you more. It's plain to see why you're the lover that I waited for. I'm counting the different ways you melt me. Your smile, your voice, your touch. I'm counting the little things you tell me that move me oh so much. I'm counting your kisses and caresses, and 'cause I thrill as I do, for I'm counting on you.
Thank you very much. I'll do a little bit of the yakking before we start, because this is, I'm only going to sing 3 songs, and I'm going to bring some other artists on, and then I'll be coming back and driving you out of the hall. But we'll get the yakking over first. First of all, I'd just like to thank everybody that's here tonight for helping me out. I didn't realise there were so many idiots around to come to see me. With that, no, thank you. Over the years I have found that an artist is only as good as the audience that backs him. And you've proven that I'm going to be bloody good tonight. Also, I'd like to thank a couple of friends of mine that's here. There's my old mate that I did a lot of shows with in the early days, John McSweeney. A lot of you know John. John's here tonight. Thank you, John. And also John's keyboard man, and he backed me on lots of things. Rob Stevenson, Rob's going to come out a bit later on. And well, there's too many to mention, but oh yeah, one more. A man that travelled with me for over 20 years, Gordon Larkins. As I said, I'm only going to do a couple of songs and then we'll bring somebody on and then I'll come back. So we better get ready, I suppose. For those of you who have never seen me like this before, you're in for a culture shock.
Hell yeah!
One day said he slick a thought that he would answer. Hang on, I'll just put a bit of guitar on, eh? Can you hear that?
Yep.
Now you know what a bastard player I am. One day said he slick a thought that he would have some fun. He'd go out to the country just to see how things were done. I packed his grip ready for the trip, and as he rode away, he dreamed about the new laid eggs and the scent of new mown hay. But when he got to Farmer Gray's, the old man said, "Now son, you'll rise at 4 o'clock each morning and work till day is done." So he worked all day in the fields of hay, but he didn't think it fun. He milked the cows and fed the pigs long after the day was done. So he said, "Hooray to Farmer Gray," headed for the railroad track. Every time the wheels went round, he said, "I won't go back." Where the cows said moo and the dogs said meow, and he's got the car. Where there is a road in the early morn, while it is still quite dark, with the pig goes and the duck goes quack, and the old grey mare will neigh. I'm going back to city life, and there I'm going to stay. Well, just before I do the next song, over the years, some of you have heard this before, but pardon me, I've got a frog in the throat. I don't know what to do with it. Try and teach it to sing or spit it out. Spit it out! Somebody left some water there, I'll drown the bastard. Hang on a minute.
Good one, Uncle Ted.
Yeah.
It just sounds like me.
I'll kill that bloody cat. before the show, I had a heap of requests. There's some of them I can do, and there's one special request I can't do. I can't do it at the moment. There's a lady out there somewhere, she had a very special request. I'm sorry for that lady with a special request, but look, I just can't do it. No. It's physically impossible. The guitar won't fit. Anyway, I'll get this one over and done with. I don't know whether you've ever had this happen to you, but especially in the summertime, you sit down to a big meal and you're just about to start to eat, and out of nowhere come the blowflies. Worse still, you pour out a cup of tea or a glass of beer and you're just going to pick it up, and two of them stuck together going, plop. This song is all about blowflies. Double-decker blowflies.
Hell yeah!
I was sitting down having me lunch today with a strange sight caught me eye. A dirty big rowie was hitching a ride on the back of another fly. Then I looked across the window where a looter it was broke. They were flying in like Siamese twins and I almost bloody choked. They were joined in copulation on the armrest of the chair, all increasing population fornicating everywhere. They were shagging in the kitchen, they were shagging in the hall, all keeping perfect rhythm with the clock up on the wall. Oh, thank you. Well, I'll finish this half of the show off. As I said, I'm just going to do 3 and then I'll bring somebody on. Then Nick will come on and introduce the rest, and then later on I'll come back and drive you mad. I'll probably stay here till about 5 o'clock in the morning. So that means if we stay here all night, we might have to sleep here.
Hell yeah!
And if we've got to sleep here, I've got all the bedding arrangements all worked out. All the married blokes and the single blokes will sleep over on that side of the hall. All the single girls and the ladies and myself will sleep backstage into the Hudson dog bed. I'm going to sing for any of you Sheilas that think I might be getting on a little bit, you know, over the hill, not quite as good as I used to be, you know. Well, I've got news for you. This one's called There's Life in the Old Dog Yet.
Hell yeah, brother.
All the Sheilas seem to think I've had me day, and my longing to make love has gone astray. And I'm here to let you know I'm a red-hot Romeo, and I'm ready if that blonde there wants to play. Women think that when you're my age you're all done, and you ain't got what it takes to fire your gun. Well, my passion's at its peak on the chic of Scrubby Creek, always looking for the chance to have some fun. Yes, there's life in the old dog yet. There are still things I can do, so don't forget. And if you give me half a chance, I might wind up in your pants, 'cause there's life in the old dog yet. And a little bit later, I'll come back and drive you all home.
Hell yeah, Uncle!
Chad, everybody. Chad Morgan.
Hello. How you all going?
Alright.
I've got a couple of songs I'm going to sing. I'm going to sing one of my own that my brother convinced me to sing. And the second song I'm going to sing, I'll tell you the story about that one. Walking down a dusty road, sun shining hard on me. You know it ain't easy, Lord, but it's the way that it's meant to be. You know I've been traveling now since the day that I was 16. You know the life on the road
It's the only life for me. 'Cause I gotta keep moving, gotta keep rolling along. Yeah, I gotta keep moving, 'cause it's the only life that I've known. Met a girl when I was young, prettiest thing you'd ever see. Don't you know she tried to settle me down, tried to raise a family.
Let's bring you back. Here once again is the Chief of Stubby Creek. Now get yourself settled. Get yourself.
Yeah, I'm settled, mate. You can
settled?
Yeah.
You happy?
No.
Oh.
Well, I had to get away from him, but that there was no doubt. So I smacked him in the kisser, and I whacked him in the snout. And I tore away from there so fast I had to rest a while. I reckon had they time I run out of broke her velvet smile. Well, things were getting hot down there, I sure was in some strife. I didn't want to stay down there and lead a married life. And I met up with this little sort whose horns were overgrown. She said that we'd get married and have devils of our own.
Still giving it.
I had a dream that no wrong song. What song was it? The songs I used to be on the farm. The bride, she died at the altar. The bridegroom died next day. The parson dropped dead in the churchyard as he was about to pray. The hearse capsized at the crossroads. It couldn't make the turn. And the people stood and cheered like hell. They watched the old church burn. And then the heavens broke open, and the rain it started to fall. And the whole flaming town got washed away, and there was no one left at all. To help me out, I'd like to call out my granddaughter Caitlin. Are you there, darling? Yeah, I don't know what to do here, lovey. You throw that on the floor. Oh, there you go. We'll share the microphone just on the floor. You can grab another mic whichever suits you. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh, she's also got her own bloody music and everything.
Cousin.
This song is a little bit of story to it before we start. Caitlin and I recorded this a long time ago, but this song is all about a couple who lived last century. Their name was Bill and Eva Hopkins. But back in those days, what happened is very strange because Bill Hopkins was half-caste and Eva Anderson, or Eva Hopkins, she was white. And people couldn't understand how this white woman was going to marry a half-caste man. Well, Bill Hopkins, his father was an Englishman, but his mother was a full-blood Aborigine from the Waka Waka tribe. And on the other side, Eva Anderson, her father was a Scotchman, but her mother was also a full-blood from the Cullalea tribe. But whereas Bill and his two brothers were half-caste, Eva, her three little sisters and her brother, they were pure white. So they ended up getting married. So this is the true story of Bill and Eva Hopkins, a Cullalea woman and a Waka Waka man. We'll start with the chorus and away we go. Cullalea woman, Waka Waka man, how they came to be together, no one could understand. They were born to obey Mother Nature's plan. There's Cullalea woman and a Waka Waka man. Eva Anderson was born in Tagaminda, where the Woolloo River flows. Bill Hoffman's a good man, Stanley, where the great tall timber grows. Eva's father was a red-haired Scotsman, his mother a kind apple in the great outback. Her mother was a Cullowhee woman, she was a full-blood black Cullowhee woman, red-haired Scotsman. Raising a family as best they can, two different cultures, one happy clan. This Cullowhee woman and a wild Scotsman.
But sadly, unfortunately, he's riddled with arthritis and not doing too well. Chad Morgan, you done us proud.
Really done me proud. That's my son and my granddaughter.
But I'm here with Dixie today. He performed with Chad at Chad Morgan's Farewell to Australia, and I would like you to tell the listeners, Dixie, what Chad Morgan means to you.
I couldn't understand how a 15-year-old could write the songs he did back in the late 50s. When he, and when I first saw Chad, he was without a doubt my all-time hero, and has been for 40, 50 years. I've loved him as an artist, as a man, as a ratbag. He's a remarkable gentleman and a wonderful Australian. And today was bittersweet to see the end of it.
What I'd like to know is what Chad Morgan means to you, Nick Irby.
Oh, I think it embodies very much today, in 2024, what it was that we came from. Today, country music doesn't care about where we came from. And the only reason we are here today is because of what became before us.
Chad, I know you're flat out, mate, but I wanted to give you a physical copy of when Chad Morgan came to town. That's for you, so I'll give that to...
I produced that for you.
That's exactly right. So, do you want to... I'm just doing a little documentary. Do you want to say something quickly to Australia?
Well, just thanks for everything you've done, and hello to everybody.
Good on you, mate. Look after yourself.
He's the sheik from Scrubby Creek, and he don't care. Up and down and roundabout, if it's country music you're talking about, chat with me and I'll hear you out on JPF Country Australia.